On today's episode of Paranormal Generation, the crew investigates Shaker's Cigar Bar in Milwaukee's historic 3rd Ward, where not all the spirits are in bottles. Will Amanda find the ghost of Elizabeth hiding in the bathroom? Or will Kurt and Justin run into one of the bar's old customers?
Our next investigation, we're going to be heading to Shaker's Cigar Bar, which is located in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, south side, historic 3rd Ward area. Of course, like a lot of the places that seem to be investigated, it was a brothel as well as a speakeasy. Those seem to pop up all the time. I believe that they have found some human bones upstairs on the 3rd floor where the brothel was, so I don't have all the details on that. We'll probably find out some more while we're there investigating. Right now the street is under construction as well too, just so you know, when we get down there to investigate, there is the construction site going on. The owner, Bob, he is talking with the city, trying to get them to put a hold on any type of construction the day we're down there. So hopefully we won't have to deal with any contamination from the construction work right there on 2nd Street, which will be nice.
Sure.
It'll be a daytime investigation for us as well too, which will be interesting. They have paranormal stuff going on there in the daytime as well as the nighttime, so really, for the sake of us going in there, it doesn't matter what time of the day we're in there. Our chances are going to be just as good as getting some information during the day as in the nighttime, so we don't want to have to worry about that. Paranormal activity in the building. Elizabeth is the young girl I mentioned who was believed to have died in the apple orchard on the property. She haunts the women's bathroom and the area surrounding the bathroom she's believed to be in. So we'll have to do some investigating in the bathroom. We can set up maybe some EVP in there, some camera work. Women who sit in the stall see her feet walk underneath the stall door when they're closed. So maybe, Amanda, if you have to use the facilities, you can take a camera in with you and see if you can.
Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good. Do some more EVPing.
Okay.
And in addition to that, I was just saying when I talked with him, there's some malicious spirits down there, shadow figures, a lot of energy in that basement as well too. We'll want to find out what's going on down there, and just strong feelings throughout the buildings in certain areas where you just feel a presence or feel something's in there. We're going to want to go ahead and, as a group, we can always have an empty level between us as much as possible so we don't have contamination going on. I don't know how much activity there is upstairs in the top 2 levels. I think most of our energy we're going to want to focus in the main bar level as well as the basement downstairs. But we'll spend some time. We'll get everything lined up and ready to go, and we'll begin the investigation down there for Shaker's Cigar Bar. All right?
Sounds great.
All right, excellent. Let's get prepped.
Bob, how you doing?
Kurt, good to meet you. Welcome to Shaker's.
Excellent. Great to be here, Shaker's Cigar Bar. We're excited to come in here and investigate today. Just wanted to talk to you first of all, get a little information about the property itself, your ownership, history about it. If you could tell me a little bit to kind of get us started off so we know what we're heading into today.
Of course, I'd be happy to. This building was erected in 1894 and served as a cooperage house for the Schlitz Brewing Company in about 1905, and this became the forerunner to Mobil Oil in the state of Wisconsin. Licensed as a bar for the first time in 1946. Shaker's has been here since 1986. Everything in this beautiful site is authentically old, albeit not necessarily indigenous to here. Obviously, as a barrel making facility, they had no need for bars or stained glass or things of that nature.
All right. You want to give us a tour of the place?
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to have Matt come with us. He's our technical guy. He's going to be taking some notes as we go through about what we're going to do to set up our gear. And I want to start here in the bar and let us know about the history as far as what you've experienced in the property and what's believed to be going on here as far as paranormal goes.
Sure. If I can, let's take a walk towards the ladies' room, towards the back of the house, and begin our journey there.
Sounds good.
Elizabeth's realm.
Gentlemen?
I thought it said ladies.
It does, but in our case.
All right.
This is the domain of Elizabeth, the little spirit who had passed somewhere in the 1850s.
Okay.
And this is where she apparently had fallen climbing for apples and had broken her neck. She's known to frequent the right-hand stall. It's not unusual for customers to come out and to ask who the little girl was. Obviously, we have no little girls here. But they will describe her giggle, sometimes more of a laugh or a chortle. Sometimes they'll describe her as knocking on the stall doors. Sometimes they'll see her little boots or shoes underneath as well. Sometimes she'll frequent the men's room. There's the adjoining wall, and she will make an appearance on that side. It's also typical for her during the course of the evening to come out and you hear the piano playing, and she'll be plunking away at the keys. You get relatively close, and that'll stop. Right through this doorway, you see there's a large arch here. This is this archway right here. Yes. And I often say it's akin to standing by a large magnet or something that just draws the energy, because the hair will stand up in the back of your neck and your arms. You get the goosebumps. It's really an interesting feeling. Now, a number of unusual things take place at both bars. It's not unusual sometimes to come in, all the bottles will be faced backwards. The glassware also moves around just from night to night. You can leave it a Friday night, the last person out, the first person on the Saturday prepping for a dinner or something. You see the glassware literally has been moved, switched positions. On this floor, we also have something which is referred to as the haunted baby picture. And this picture goes back to the 1800s. Right at the baby's head, you may get an image which some people think is rather demonic looking. And the baby's toes used to be straight, and literally the baby's toes have gotten somewhat curled over time.
Excellent. Where to next?
Front bar, I suppose.
Front bar, okay.
As you're going up to the cash register or you're walking past the register, you'll see this monochromatic image.
Walking back and forth past the back bar, I would see things not really sure what I was seeing, but more like shadows in my peripheral vision. And when I would look, I wouldn't see anything, but it was still strange. And talking with other patrons at the bar here who've experienced paranormal phenomenon, they also speak of things like that, where they'll see something in their peripheral, and then when they look, they don't see anything. So.
But again, you'll see the corner of your eye, you look in the mirror, you'll see him, you turn back around, and he's just not there. So.
Okay, excellent.
We also have different things that you'll see, not him, but other entities that will come and join people when they're sitting on this divan up in front on this little deck area.
Okay.
And it's humorous in a way, because you'll again just catch a little image in the corner of your eye or something, and you look back and there's no one there. But you specifically will see the 3 or 4 humans that are there, and you'll see something else occupying the space. Not to be confused with the shadowy things we have that are downstairs. So,
Where are we heading next?
let's go downstairs.
All right.
Gentlemen, welcome now to our sometimes spooky basement at Shaker's. Things are relatively quiet in this area. There is one particular entity, however, that likes to linger right in front of this liquor cabinet, and sometimes walks up the stairs, comes right to the top of the stairs, looks around, and then walks back downstairs. As we go towards the back of the house, however, there's actually a cistern in the floor. It's not unusual for people to start to have the sensation of someone touching you on the shoulder, touching you on the top of your head. It's not unusual for waitstaff to come down for ice. Some will leave their buckets behind and run upstairs. Sometimes, as they'll bring down multiple ice buckets, they will find that the buckets have actually moved away as they're filling one. So they might have several here. They're filling one, occupied, and then the other buckets will be moved back. We accumulate a lot of junk. And it's not unusual for staff to come down, or any one of us to come down, and you will see shadows moving in front of things. So you have shelves, you have stock, you have wine, whatever you might have, and you'll see just a darker area that moves across it or moves in front of it. And typically that's about the same time that you get someone tapping you on the shoulder and get that type of sensation down here.
Do you have anything personal touching on yourself down here as well?
Yes.
So it's not just a story.
It's not just the stories of the waitstaff that are keyed up on these things. So as well. So it's just part of Shaker's.
All right. Who next?
Back upstairs.
Back upstairs. All right. Let's go.
This building was a speakeasy with the requisite brothel upstairs during the Prohibition era. One of the working girls was killed and was hacked apart up there.
Okay.
When we did some work in the back part of the penthouse, this odd shack that never quite belonged. And as we took down this little shack portion behind the penthouse, inside the floor supports and the walls, there was a large pile of bones called 5-0, and they responded. They also thought they looked unusual. They brought the medical examiner by. Later in the day, they got back to us that his determination was that half the bones were animal bones, half the bones were not animal bones. But since they were at least 75 years old, they weren't interested in pursuing that.
Yeah.
But so the impetus of that is that they were human bones remade to somebody who had been killed upstairs and then hacked apart and mixed with other miscellaneous bones and was stuck in the floor joists. Different mediums or psychics have come up with a name for her. They've attached that as Molly.
All right. Well, hey, thank you very much. We're going to get set up. Matt's got his notes down. We're going to go off of that, set up our equipment, and spend the rest of the day here trying to find out what you got going on for you.
Good to meet you.
So, hey,
Thank you much.
Hey, great. Thank you, Bob. We appreciate the
Enjoy the tour.
opportunity. Thank you.
course.
Thank you.
I believe, the way that I order this in my mind, is that essence precedes existence, and therefore, in my mind, essence succeeds existence. Not necessarily to believe that there are ghosts and spooky things everywhere, but certainly to believe that when we're done with these corporeal shells of ours, that the energy which is us is going to go somewhere. And why not linger for a while? If there's a place that they enjoy or something they're comfortable with, why not be here?
There's a story apparently of a spirit who likes to smoke pipes, etc. What we're going to be doing, apparently has been seen in this area right along this part of the bar. So what I'm going to be doing is putting down a cigar right here, and we're going to be putting a stationary camera to see if it moves.
Let's take a glass and a bottle, put them in the shot tip on the bar.
Right now we're on the second floor landing in the Shaker Cigar Bar. If you go right down this hallway here, it leads to our third floor. What we're going to do is set a motion detector. We're going to set it right here in the middle. That way if anyone comes up just to go on the second floor, we're going to capture them. Or if they go down this hallway here to go to the third floor, we're also going to capture that sound.
Look at here.
Right now temperature is going 72, 76, 79. It's actually climbing 81, 82, 83.
Your hand is on the.
Which is why, so don't ever touch it.
But this is the archway here that Bob was saying. It's almost like the threshold. As you walk back, he says you can pick up what's going on for the day, what kind of activities going to be just by walking past this threshold. It's almost like walking into something.
And you can almost see the range. If you hold it about chest level, the farther down you go, big explosion. It's kind of neat.
That's science. Justin the science guy.
Yeah. And just taking readings in this area now was easily in the 20s. So it's pretty high MS.
There's very in the K2. Put down on the floor.
And you can see then, normal EMF meter how high it is, it's well into the 20s right here. There's some kind of major power source right underneath the floor here.
I mean, they're obviously not feeding off of each other. But this is weakening now as I'm taking it over here more. I'm down to 1.5 now. Now it gets stronger there. There, yeah, it's something right here. Look at that. Whoa.